Your success comes from unique traits that guide you, like creativity, risk-taking, and resilience. These are remarkable assets that have made you a person that you are, but those qualities that push you forward may be holding you back. Understanding the neurological and physiological base of entrepreneurial mindset isn't just an academic exercise. It can make or break your business. I'm Marina Morgan, an entrepreneur and the founder of the boutique organizational psychology agency in Silicon Valley, The Morgan Impact. On this channel, we discuss the most relevant knowledge and practices that help me and my client build resilience and grow their businesses even in the most challenging and unpredictable times. 50% of new businesses fail in the first 5 years. That comes from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. Do external factors play a role? Of course, but research suggests that the founder's personality and decision-making may be creating blind spots, jeopardizing your success. The word of the day is neuroentrepreneurship. We're going to explore how your brain is wired for innovation and leadership, but also potential pitfalls. It's about optimizing your performance, building stronger teams, and increasing your odds of a long-term success. Understand yourself and what science says about your brain. Mastering yourself is as important as mastering your market. Our personality is our biggest strength and greatest weakness. It drives us to innovation and growth, but impulsivity, burnout, and flawed decision-making are the opposite side of that coin. We need to understand and accept this duality to maximize our potential while mitigating risks. So let's look at all this through a neurological lens. We'll start with the nucleus accumbens. This piece of our brain is the neural interface between motivation and action. In entrepreneurs, we tend to have heightened activity here. This group of neurons is a participant of the reward system. That's part of the motivational toolkit. This heightened activity here drives innovation. It's what makes us more likely to pursue high-risk, high-reward opportunities. So, what's the catch? That sounds fantastic. Everybody should have that going on. But you see, the flip side of that equation is that with the positive entrepreneurs are more likely to exhibit symptoms of hypomania. If you're not familiar with hypomania, it's a mild form of a mania where you might feel like you can't sit still, you're easily distracted, or even irritable or aggressive. Divergent thinking is the way we are able to come up with a multiple solution to problems that's linked to increased connectivity between brain regions and higher levels of dopamine. It's invaluable. It can be what makes you an innovator, but it also be the reason why you can't focus and have trouble following with all your ideas. Our prefrontal cortex. We tend to think of this as a personality center of the brain. It's the part of the brain that makes us who we are, makes us human. Entrepreneur brains are usually more active here. This may enhance our emotional regulation and give us a better handle on stress. It's what lets us power through setbacks. But think about that for a second. If our brain lets us handle more stress than average, we can easily take that for granted. We let that become chronic stress, cause and effect that leads to cortisol overproduction. Overproduction starts impairing our decision-making, and now we are increasing the risk of the burnout. Because if our brain can handle more stress, doesn't mean we should. And all the time? That's what I mean here. That's the same road entrepreneurs walk down when it comes to passion and obsession. The drive that pushes us, that associated with higher levels of norepinephrine and dopamine. That's tunnel vision. That's the classic twisted determination where we have eyes on the prize and can see the rest of the world around us and neglect the other important areas of our life. Now, this is not foregone conclusion. If you are thinking that this is one-for-one trait, that's not it. It's a tendency, it's a predisposition. We want to consciously manage that. We want to harness those strengths and mitigate those potential downsides. That's what we mean when we are talking about neuroentrepreneurship. Let's take a minute to look at some key findings. Research consistently shows certain personality traits correlate with entrepreneurial success. Opportunity recognition. Meta-analysis of 42 studies in the journal Business Entrepreneurs have enhanced pattern recognition abilities. How does this translate to business? It means that entrepreneurs are 28% more likely to identify profitable business opportunities than non-entrepreneurs. 28%! Optimize risk-taking. That correlates with 22% higher than growth rates over a 5-year period. Resilience. You understand business. It's a series of highs and lows. It's not about how well things are running when we are on the top, it's about how well you are weather the storm. A lot of entrepreneurs are fortunate in history because they didn't have a resilience to keep things going during economic downturn. And entrepreneurs who score high resilience, 31% more likely to keep their business operational. That's why at the Morgan Impact and here on my channel, we prioritize resilience as one of the main areas. Adaptability. Highly adaptable entrepreneurs were 30% more likely to pivot their business models in response to market changes. That comes from a longitudinal study in entrepreneurship theory and practice. Emotional intelligence. A study of 200 tech startups showed that founders with a high emotional intelligence have 25% higher employee retention rates. In summary, this research has identified several key mindsets and physiological factors that contribute to entrepreneurial success. You will find the details about it in the link below, but I will just mention it briefly. Growth mindset, emotional intelligence, cognitive flexibility, resilience and grit, opportunity recognition, self-efficacy. These mindsets and traits have a profound impact not just one entrepreneur, but on the entire organization. Research shows that the founder personality significantly shapes company culture, team dynamics, and overall business performance. As an entrepreneur, our unique traits shape our company's culture and how our team perceives us. Understanding these perceptions can help us lead more effectively. Our risk-taking may be seen as recklessness. While we see potential, our team might feel anxious about stability. Our adaptability can be interpreted as inconsistency. Team members may crave more structure and clear direction. Our passion may come across as pressure. Our intense drive could make others feel overwhelmed or unable to meet expectation. Our big picture thinking may frustrate detail-oriented team members who need more specific guidance. Our high risk tolerance might make us seem insensitive into others' work-life balance needs. Understanding this perception can help us bridge communication gaps, build trust, and create a more balanced organizational culture that leverages our entrepreneurial strengths while addressing potential blind spots. You are probably wondering what to do with all of this. We've named this section Entrepreneurs' Personal Priorities to be in the best mental shape as possible. That's a lot of information to make it at once, and you probably have a few questions or concerns based on what you've heard. In some ways, it sounds like the entrepreneurial mindset is a deal with the devil. What do I have to lose to achieve success? That's the issue. If you are not aware of the problem, that's exactly what you have. That's why I want you to start thinking about the next episode's topic. We understand these tendencies, we will discuss the techniques to manage them. We'll talk about this in more detail in the next episode. It definitely deserves its own conversation. There is a chance you have some ideas in mind, or maybe you have techniques you can share. Talk to us in the comments. Share your experiences. If any of this rings true, I want to hear about it. And before we get to the conclusion, make sure you subscribe to my channel and don't miss the next video about it. If there is one point I can drive home today, it's that understanding your psychological profile is a strategic advantage. Look at your strengths and weaknesses from a physiological standpoint. Your strengths move you forward, and your weaknesses are the byproduct of burning that fuel. The faster you try to go, the more weight builds up, and it takes more and more energy to keep going. And suddenly you find yourself standing in the place, wondering why nothing's moving, then you are working so hard. So, where did all that effort go? There is no ideal entrepreneurial personality. The traits and tendencies discussed are based on aggregate data and general trends. Your individual profile may differ, and that's good. Every day someone's making a fortune-selling book or tickets onto a seminar, and they are promising people that if they just make themselves in this image, good things will come to them. We've all looked into it. How wonderful would this world be if that actually worked? If a simple answer could make us all happy, if you find you don't naturally possess some of the traits typically associated with entrepreneurial success, take heart. Many of these characteristics can be developed over time with conscious effort. Additionally, you may discover that your unique combination of traits give you an edge of unexpected ways. Maybe your natural caution, balance, founder, and risk-taking tendencies, or your introversion allows you for deep, focused work. For those grappling with potential downsides of the entrepreneurial traits such as perfectionism, workaholism, or difficulty delegating, remember that the awareness is the first step toward positive change. These aren't fixed weaknesses, but opportunities for growth. With the right support and strategies, you can channel your drive and passion productively while mitigating negative impacts. We are defined by our biology and our experience, but there is a lot we can work on. It all starts with understanding our psychological profile to harness our strengths and mitigate weaknesses. We'll be talking about this in detail in the next episode. See you soon!